Good evening this day. Again, 4th of March 2020. Welcome to my live broadcast today as we continue the awareness for Nigeria disintegration and the restoration and freedom of Biafra. Thank you for joining me this evening. This is my live broadcast. The awareness for Nigeria disintegration and Biafra freedom continues. This evening, I will be talking on most of these conflicting issues for some people of Delta State who always think that when we talk about Born Black, thank you for joining me. Those of you, Nnamdi Kanu Jr., thank you for joining me. Those of you who think that Okpara Chinedu, thank you for joining me. If you have a friend who thinks that he is from Delta State and Delta does not belong to Harry Joko, thank you for joining me. Chika John Paul, Collins Eze, Stanley Mbamelo. If you have any friends who think that Delta is not part of Biafra, invite him or her to this live broadcast. Invite them to come and watch and listen to me. Today, I want to talk sense to Delta people. Those who think that that Delta State is not Biafra. I want to talk sense to you this evening. I have just come to talk sense to you before I continue on other topic or issues I want to discuss this evening. You know, as the time goes on, we are now in a very crucial moment, and most of this misconception about some certain things, it is time we begin to put them, begin to correct people, we begin to lecture people, especially those from Biafra who don't know history and who are ignorant of the history of their own ethnic group, their own nation, their own people. If you are so ignorant of Biafra, I will be taking on all of you from the so-called Delta State. Of course, I will face other states as well as time goes on if they begin to bring their own dispute or begin to have some misconception that they don't belong to Biafra. I want to lecture them this evening. If you have friends from Delta State, especially those who are using fake name, those who the Fulanis have hired to come to Facebook to use fake names to register as Biafra name. Thereby, after registering as a Biafra name, they will come and start telling you that the Delta State is not, that Delta State, sorry for this, they will start to tell you that Delta State is not Biafra. Invite them. I want to open their head. I want to open their brain this evening and put something that will germinate to something good and positive in their life. Thank you, William Aja, my own William Aja. I see you. Thank you, Osato Richard. Thank you, my own Uche Akware. I see you. Thank you, Elijah Sobrato Sunday, for joining me. Bernard Obinna, thank you for joining me. Chukwebuka Mbaso, thank you for joining me. Obiageli Ezegbo, thank you for joining me. Thank you, Victor YJ, thank you for joining me. We are waiting for 700 viewers and we go. 700 viewers and we go. Njoku Michael, thank you for joining me. Eze Biafra, thank you for joining me. Eucheria Chukwu, thank you. May your days be long as well. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for all your good wishes and prayers. Thank you, Ugo, for joining me. Joshua Nwoke, thank you for joining me. 700 we are waiting for, and we start. Invite your Delta State friends. Michael Lee, thank you for joining me. Invite those, because I have made some videos a few days and it has generated a lot of things, especially those with fake profile. It is time we put them to shame. Tag them on this video, invite them on this video. Let us tell them the history, tell them the narrative that they don't know before now, that when we are calling Delta State Biafra land, it is not just, we are not just dragging and trying to force them to join Biafra. They also still have the right not to join Biafra, but it is time we put the record straight, that they should know, if you are a Biafran, if you are from Delta State and you are saying publicly without shame that Delta is not Biafra, come and listen this evening. I want to lecture you. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you in a language you will understand. I want to talk to you in a language you will understand. Sorry for this. My equipment is doing somehow this evening. It is going to get better. And 700 we are waiting for. Here we go. As you are watching me, there may be a little bit adjustment in this video. So when that adjustment come, don't worry. It is just that my equipment is somehow falling off all the time. I was in a hurry just coming back from work and I needed to talk to you. This is over 700. Now we go. Those of you from Delta State, when we talk about Delta, Biafra land, you hurriedly went and make fake profile, because we know no reasonable person from Delta State will come to claim that Delta is not Biafra land. But in case, for those who are actually genuine and who have real profile and they don't know that Biafra, they don't know that Delta State is Biafra land, I want to take you back to the history of Nigeria, to the history of the old eastern part of Nigeria called Biafra. Now, listen as I read. And this information I'm about to read to you is information that is publicly available. But because we understand that in Nigeria, a lot of you do not have the time or don't have the skills to do some research, at least to impact yourself with some knowledge, some history about Nigeria, about your region. So for that reason, this information, like I said, is available publicly. But for the fact that in Nigeria, everything you do in Nigeria is limited. You do not have electricity. You don't have much access to internet. So a lot of things you are being deprived. Not only that, in Nigeria schools, they don't teach history. So because they don't teach history in Nigeria school, a lot of you are ignorant of the Nigeria history. And when we begin to talk about Biafra, you will say, bring out your map, bring out your map. This is 21st century. In this modern age, of course, we are not going to force any state that don't want to belong to Biafra. But what you have to know is that if Nigeria is having a referendum today, every Biafra nation, every Biafra state is going to participate in referendum to vote whether they want to be in Nigeria or they want to be in Biafra. So, and when that time comes, all the people that are shouting that Delta State is not a Biafra land, you maybe by then, if you don't believe what I'm about to read to you this evening, if you do not believe what I'm about to tell you this evening, you will know that when the time comes for referendum, it will be very clear to you. So, before I go, just one moment, sorry, just one moment, and I will read these informations to you, because this is not the time for stories. It is not the time for stories. We are serious, and we are stopping at nothing until Nigeria is disintegrated. So now, from the information that is available, listen to this. I'm going to read something about the eastern region of Nigeria. The eastern region. The sound is low. If the sound is low, please increase your own volume. The sound is not supposed to be low. If the sound is low, increase your volume, please. I told you that this my camera is having some issues this evening, but we are going to manage it like that. And if my volume is, if you are not hearing me, please increase your own volume. A lot of people are hearing me. I can see your comments. Most of you are not hearing me. If you don't hear me, please increase your own volume, please, so you can hear me. A lot of people are hearing me. A lot of people are not complaining. Those of you that are complaining of volume are probably in Nigeria, and the network in Nigeria is very, very bad, like we can see. Please, I want you to tell me that you are hearing my voice and that the volume is okay. Are you people having problem with the volume? Are you having problem with the volume? Are you people having problem with the volume? How is the volume now? How is the volume now? Are you having issue with the volume? Are you having issue with the volume? Could somebody respond? Thank you, Ike Chukwu, for joining me from Deutschland. Are you hearing me now? You still having issue with the volume? You can hear me very clearly. Thank you very much. It can be that this whole system will be a little bit messed up today, but I promise it will not happen again. So now I am going straight to business. I'm going straight to the point. I am going straight to the point. Anybody that is complaining about volume is in Nigeria, and Nigeria don't have network. So, sorry, the eastern region of Nigeria, listen and listen very attentively. The eastern region of Nigeria was an administrative region in Nigeria, dating back originally from the division of the colony Southern Nigeria in 1954. The Eastern Nigeria was an administrative region in Nigeria in the colony of Nigeria in 1954. Its first capital was Calabar. Calabar. Are you people listening? The first capital of the old Eastern region, not just old Eastern region. There is nothing like old Eastern region. Let me just call it Eastern region of Nigeria. The capital of the Eastern region of Nigeria in 1954